Oh my gosh, can you believe that it's still another amazing day in paradise? That's still a great day, an amazing day to change the world. And are you still ready to help me change it? Oh my goodness. So this one is something new. Um, so if you haven't seen my video about the power of another one, I suggest you watch it. It's in the link to it is in the chat, is in the description of this video. The chat. There's no chat. Is in the description of this video. If you're not familiar with my story, with me and my son's story, we've been through the perils of poverty for the last 3.5+ years. Yeah, it's probably been almost in August of this year, will have been 4 years since we arrived in Raleigh and essentially found ourselves without a stable living situation. We are currently in a stable living situation. We have been living in the same place for the last 5 months. It's a hotel, which I am not ashamed to say because if we've been keeping a hotel over our heads for the last 5 months, then we are doing dang good. Plus, we were gifted a car, which happens to be a Mercedes Benz. And so, literally, we were gifted it. And so, we are doing well, despite our, not being in a place that could cost less. Thankfully, because there's renovations going on here, it's not costing us so much as it normally would. But having said that, we don't want to be living in one room. We want to have more. My son deserves his own space. I definitely deserve mine. And so that's why you see me sitting on the stairwell because my son's sleeping um, as I record this. So um, last year, if I was mentioning the power of one, there were two things that happened that I mentioned in that video. One is I went through my parent coach training last year, and this year I received a scholarship to participate to become part of the first cohort of the Food Revolution Network's plant-based coaching certification program because I truly believed in nutrition, understanding the microbiome and your gut health, and the feeding the good gut bugs or bacteria, or however you want to put it. If you don't understand what I'm saying when I talk about this, that's why this is so important, what I'm doing. And so every year, the Food Revolution Networks puts on a summit. And this year, they're doing it as a docuseries. So they're hitting certain topics. In the past, they've actually interviewed people, several different people, and you got to go in and listen to the recordings. But this year, they are releasing a docu-series, and this makes me think that what they've done is I already know that they're hitting things by topic, and having different leaders in those topics speak to them, and they're compiling it in a video, and that video is one in a series of in the docu-series, excuse me. And so I'm super excited about this because this is what changed my life last year. um, just listening to the doctors at the last year's Food Revolution Summit, and just hearing just so much information that was so relevant to what was going on with me, and then being led to other um, partnerships with what they're doing, other businesses that are in partnership with what they do, and teaching about health and plant-based nutrition and things of that nature. It literally has changed my life. It changed some of the issues that I was dealing with and helped me to be more mindful of a lot of things that have been going on for both me and my son. And so I'm excited to be sharing that this year, because of my plant-based coaching certification, I'm able to become an affiliate, which means that when people check out the information that there is to share about the summit, and in particular, if you purchase something like one of the packages that they offer, then I get a credit for that. And there is a competition for that they're hosting several little competitions between it, but the big competition is the person who does the most in the time frame that they're hosting this, because the summit actually airs, I think not August, April 26th through the beginning of May. I don't remember the exact dates. Um, it's like 7, maybe 5 to 7 days, something along those lines. Anyway, my point is, I they sent out some information about what they call the leaderboard, which means all the people who are, in the top 10 and are up for grabs. And I didn't realize that I was going against some of the very businesses that I am inspired by, like Dr. Joel Furman and Goodness Lover and Rob Herring with Earth Conscious Films and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what? And so, what I want to do as a very everyday person is I want to beat all these people. I want to make the biggest impact in getting people information about plant-based nutrition because that it is so important. It is so important. Not that you eliminate meat. I mean, for me, that's important just for the humanity, and also just because we need a. It's part of just creating a better earth, but just for you to have better health, to eliminate some of the most pressing things that you might have going on that you don't realize is food related. It's so important to me. So I invite you to click on one of the links below. You can go to the main landing page. You can check out a guidebook. And then please feel free to share any of these videos with people you know. That would help the most because I am on a mission to win the top prize, which is 25K, which would change me and my son's life. And we would use that to change other people's lives forever. So I just want to say thank you again for watching. Thank you in advance for participating in any way, shape, or form beyond what you have done thus far. And I am excited about the way that we will change the world because I can't do it alone. And I just want to say that if you're in this with me, then you have to be you are being 3C with me, which stands for committed, compassionate, and crazy. And I'm not talking about any kind of crazy. I'm talking about Steve Jobs kind of crazy because he once said, and in a closing, and this is a closing part of a quote that is often shared. He says, if you are crazy enough to believe that you can change the world, those who are crazy enough to believe they can change the world are the ones who do. And I'm that kind of crazy. So thank you for joining me. Enjoy the amazing day you're creating. Peace.